Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Scorpio. So, Scorpio, as usual, I'm doing this reading with my own tarot deck, just the tarot cards today. So, the cards that you'll see are from this deck. So, Scorpio, I feel like you are in such a good mood because you're happy for the fact that you stood your ground. It's like you stood by your side. It's like you trusted yourself. You trusted the guidance that you were receiving. And it seems like you're receiving this news or something that symbolizes, that signals that you were right all along, because we're beginning with the Ace of Swords, and exactly what I heard was, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I was right all along, right? You were right all along, Scorpio. And this is so gorgeous because straight away I feel like you are very happy for that. It's like I was seeing you celebrating, but in a very mental way or in a very non-verbal way, right? It's not something that it's all strictly happening in your mind or in this inner landscape, but you knew that you were right. The Ace of Swords to me talks about truth, but also talks about a direction forward. And I feel like what you knew all along was that if you followed a certain path, it's like it would make sense to you. It would be something truthful to you. And so a reason to be happy, right? The sun is the ultimate happiness. This is pure joy, pure bliss. It's like you're in your best mood ever. It's like you have never been this light or this happy or this just static, right? It's like this sense of ecstasy and just pure bliss, right? It's like it's beyond even happiness, because it feels like you were already very in tune with your truth, with yourself, especially because the Five of Pentacles is talking about integrity, self-integrity. And this card was showing me this choice to stay grounded, choice to stay in tune with your own self, this choice to be coherent. It's like to stay, to stand your ground in a sense, but it's like to stay in alignment with, it's like protecting your self-integrity. Your self-integrity was your priority, right? This was the first thing that came to your mind when you were pursuing this truth, this vision, whatever it is that you knew to be true, that you knew all along. It's like now you know that there is, it's all been worth it, right? It's like every single time that you had to stay, that it's interesting because it's more than just self-integrity. The Nine of, maybe it is the Nine of Pentacles, but the Eight of Pentacles is here. Maybe it's going to come to the Nine of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is talking about staying put. It's like, even though this energy is very forward moving, right? It's like this forward motion. The Five of Pentacles, on the other hand, talks about staying put. But I feel like this has to do with remaining very committed to this truth of yours, to this vision that you received. And that being a source of vitality, a source of joy, a source of energy, right? It's like you knew that staying, like it's like being completely in tune with yourself, in tune with your body. It's almost like sacrificing things that you usually would do if this wasn't the priority. So if this wasn't the case, if this wasn't in the forefront of your mind, Scorpio, I feel like you would, it's almost like you would place this X on the map somewhere else in the world, right? But not where you are. This X is like, I'm happy where I am. You see what I mean? Because it is where I know to be true to myself. It's like I've known this forever, right? I've known this to be true. I knew it all along. And now that I'm here, more like integral than ever, more coherent and aligned than ever, it's like you know that it's almost like you were boosting yourself in small doses, right? It's like you didn't get to the point of this complete blissful moment from day to night. It's like you have stayed here many nights, many days, working out how you would re-energize, working out how you would revamp your energy, right? It's like revitalize your zest, right? Your confidence, your self-esteem perhaps. So now that you're static, now that you're completely happy, it's like you're more than happy because you know that staying here all this time is proving to be the right decision, right? It has been the right decision for yourself. And here, the Emperor, I want to say that this is a crowning moment, maybe like a graduating moment where you, and it's now time back to the collective reading because there was this part of the first part on YouTube that was talking about completing a phase, right? A phase that needed a lot of work, and then completing that and being upgraded to the next level of teachings. And I feel like, to be honest, I'm not seeing that there is a next phase for you. I feel like there is a little bit of this being where you are, enjoying the moment, because it feels like you have been working a lot to get to this place. So this portion of the reading, at least for you, Scorpio, feels like just enjoying where you are, because it's like you're not going to stay here forever, although you might have stayed here for a long time, for, you know, many days and many nights, many cycles of the sun and the moon. But it's because you knew all along that this would be something right for you, because it would bring you this ultimate joy, like this blissful state, right? And with this crowning, it's like this is not going to go anywhere. It's like if you move, which I feel like you are, because at the end it's like you leaving your place, right? The Four of Pentacles. But because now you carry this honor, it's like the Emperor is coming through as like the highest level of honor. It's like, or recognition and acknowledgement for your ability to trust yourself, trust your body, trust this truthful piece of information or vision that you received, and sticking to it. But also sticking to it could have meant that you had to stay right where you are instead of trying to pursue something that was far away, right? It's almost like I'm seeing now you launching it's like launching an idea, or like just throwing an idea to the universe. It's almost like throwing an arrow, right, from the bow. So it's like you're throwing an arrow, but you knew that it's like it would hit like this top mark or this highest honor, right? It would be worth it. Like, but it's like your vision was going ahead of you, if that makes sense. It's like truth travels faster than we can travel, something like that. It's like, but holding on to this truth was almost like that arrow had like a rope, right? So wherever this arrow would land, right, which feels like it lands on the sun, it's like this ultimate joy. It's like now you have the rope. So it's almost like the rope will, it's like the arrow is anchored, the truth is anchored in the sun. And so the rope, it's like your way to get closer and closer to the sun, but you, or maybe you're pulling it, right? Because it's like if you're staying put, it's not like you're going, I feel like the next phase, yes, but until you get this crown, until you get this highest honor for doing this, for staying here, for sacrificing, you know, things that could have been like, you know, very fun, right? It's like going out with your friends, but instead it's like you were very focused in yourself, in, you know, in your process of self-discovery, self-study, self-development, right? This enlightenment, right? It's like searching for the light in yourself and bringing it closer to you. So, but you needed to stay and to pull it to you, right? And so there's something about this that talks about this crowning, but for some reason it wants to be detailed and described as self-proclaimed. So I feel like this has to do with you reaching a phase in your life that you know that this has been completed. You know that you're happy. Therefore, that is the signal that whatever now fills your days with laughter, with smiles, with joy, you know, just this pure bliss, it's like you're now carrying it over your head, over your crown. It's like it has entered your body, right? And it's interesting because if we think of the sun or our vital force as being on the solar plexus, for some reason it wants to be kind of like pointed at, right, to the crown. It's like it's entering through the crown. It's like it's staying on the crown. But there's also something about sacrificing a lot. It's like sacrificing a lot of time, maybe fun moments with people that you love, that you care, but knowing that it's like this self-proclaimed moment that you know and you knew it would arrive eventually, and now it's here. It's like it's making it all worth it, right? It's like you're feeling much more yourself. It's like you're owning your body, your power back, right? It's like this self-integrity, it's now within you. It has been incorporated, it has been embodied. You see what I mean? That's why I feel like this is wanting to be described as self-proclaimed. So the other thing that I was seeing, so with the bottom row here, it has to do with all of the work that you needed to put in and everything that you knew since the beginning, I want to say, because it felt already very sparkly, because after the Emperor we have the Page of Wands, and this is where I'm sensing like where it all began, right? It's like that small spark of joy. It's almost like the moment that you received this vision or this inspiration or this insight, and then you threw the arrow, right, with the rope so that you could bring back the sun. It's like you knew because you had like a hint of it. Because, you know, this Page of Fire, it's like just that little flame, that little spark. It's just a tiny little blip of this full illumination, right? And it's like this journey, because the Eight of Pentacles is coming next. It's like this is all of the work that you had to put in, you know, from this place of holding on, right? Holding on to the truth, because the Five of Pentacles is right below the Ace of Swords. It's like holding on to the truth, to your self-integrity. Is like you knew all along that this would be worth it, because it's like you felt inside, you felt that it's like that fire burning within you, right? Because you could already sense like how it would grow. And it's interesting because here, if you see the middle part of this spread, the Five of Pentacles is right above the Eight of Pentacles. So, and you know, I had like the mismatch between the Five of Pentacles, describing it as an 8 or a 9, and I feel like maybe that's what's to come, right? Because it feels like you are already, it's like you're no longer here, you are enjoying it, right? It's like you are really what is the word, relishing, is that the right word? Relishing. It's like you're just having the best time ever, right? Is that you're celebrating, but in a very honorable way, right? It's not like you're going to get drunk to, you know, for celebration. It's like a very high frequency way of celebrating this upgrading, because now it's like you carry the sun vibration within your crown, which is so fascinating because the sun has been coming up recently, especially in the, it came up in yesterday in the extended for the collective, but it was also showing up in the other collective, the previous collective reading that I did for Pluto in Aquarius. And it was talking about the sun being a little bit out of bounds, out of reach. It's like the sun carried a mystery that it would be too blinding if we were to look at it prematurely. But now it seems to be the moment. Like you have been pulling the sun, right? And it's like you have been, it's almost like you have been attracting this joyful life, this blissful life. And now that you carry it within your crown, it's like it's almost like the source of this bliss, the source of this illumination it's over you, right? It's like, it's almost like this aura of light. Because it's like you recognize that within yourself, you acknowledge that. It's like you don't need anybody to acknowledge that you are doing so for yourself. It's like you're feeling better than ever. You see what I mean? So what this is talking about is that all of the work that you have been putting in and staying in this integrity, in this self-integrity, it's like you have been working on like perfecting like how to be yourself, how to be more grounded, how to feel safer in your body, how to attract again this joy. And so now that you know that you have reached like this peak, you have reached the highest honor, it's like you know that that part of the work, because it came a long way, right? What started with just a little blip, with just a little spark, it's now been worked so hard on that you can take one step further. Because you see here how the X is here, but then here there are two that are overlapped, right? They're touching in a sense, but this one on the top, it's like it's a little bit further. And I feel like this is how it's like this slow progress, because you know that where you're going, it's like maybe you won't need to be attached to a specific place. The Four of Pentacles talks about having the courage in a sense, or allowing this lesson of becoming detached from, you know, personal belongings or a specific place, maybe a specific location, right? Maybe this truthful idea that now has been completed, that you needed to stay in one place, right? So now that it's like now that what you have aimed for is now with you, it's like wherever you go, you're taking it with you. You see what I mean? So it's like you don't need to stay so that the other things that now you want to accomplish come to you. It's like now you're going to it because you're no longer attached to, it's like you're just it's kind of like a crab coming out of the shell, right? And I'm just using that metaphor because I'm a Cancerian, and that's something that has been like, you know, something like a big metaphor for myself, right? So I feel like this is having the courage to leave the shell, leave your comfort zone. Sometimes I also see the Four of Pentacles as your comfort zone. So you have been working so hard from within these boundaries that now you are such an integral being. It's like you own your best version. You see what I mean? It's like it's not just the human version. It's not just the physical thing. It's also like this fullest potential, the highest honor of who you are or who you can become. And so because of that, because you know that to be true, it's like you knew that all along. So it's just now materializing. And when it does, it's like there is no fear of leaving the comfort zone. You see what I mean? It's like you know that you can take that step back, and it's like if it requires a lot of work, it's like it's okay. You know that already. It's like it's not something that is going to scare you away, right? It's like you know that from within these boundaries, or from within this these limits, it's like from within the shell. It's like you have found a place of such integrity, such happiness and joy and bliss and truth, that wherever you go, it's like, it's almost like you're more comfortable in your body than ever. So therefore you don't need the shell. You see what I mean? You don't need the comfort zone. It's like you are your own comfort. You are your own comfort zone, or you are your own it's like this work in progress that is, it's like what it means to be the work in progress. It's like you're the canvas, right? You're the screen, you are the paper, you are the vessel, right? That is ready to be improved more and more and more, right? So it's like, you know that you are in such a high state of just like elevation, right? Feeling elevated, feeling in a good mood, that this is, it's like, it's okay. It's like you have been working for this and you knew it all along. So when this time comes, it's almost like it's going to be natural, right? It's like there is no barrier, there is no resistance. There is this joy, right? It's like you want to enjoy even this coming out of your comfort zone, right? So, Scorpio, I am going to pull more cards for you, as well as the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.